Hello, my name is Kayla Sorge. I'm a freshman in LH on the social media intern team, and today I'm with Samara Zuckerbrod, who's an LH senior and in December was named a 2023 Marshall Scholar. So thank you so much for being here with us today. I'm just going to start off by asking you some brief questions, the name of your hometown, your majors, and a fun fact about yourself.
Yeah, so hi, my name's Samara. My hometown is Bel Air, Texas. My pronouns are she, her. My majors are sustainability studies and English. And a fun fact about myself is that I have a twin sister and she goes to A&M University, so there's a little bit of a rivalry in our house.
First question, what has been your most favorite LH class and most engaging professor?
I've had a bunch of those. I would say probably the most impactful on me was the first one I took, Text and Context, with Professor Elizabeth Scala. She's a very research-based and writing-based professor, which has contributed, I think, to my success in all of my other courses. Getting to be able to learn how to closely analyze a text and write well has been super influential on me, and also we got to read the first Harry Potter book.
Oh, fun.
So it was a fun introduction to college.
Besides your favorite class and professor, are there any other defining LH moments that kind of narrowed your academic interests and led you to where you are today?
Yeah, definitely a few. I would say working as an LAH student council member was very influential. I got to meet a bunch of fellow LAHers and plan events, and also get to know some of the LAH staff and the professors associated with LAH better. Also, I worked as a writing fellow this past semester and a research methodology TA the semester before, so getting to TA and grade fellow classmates' assignments, well, I guess they weren't classmates, but my peers' assignments was helpful not only as someone who wants to be some kind of teacher one day, but also let me kind of review the content from those courses more so and attend, the really inspiring lectures from the LAH 102H class again. So I really enjoyed that. And then also I've been lucky enough to get some of the research scholarships from LAH that allowed me to travel to Amsterdam and conduct on-the-ground qualitative research with people involved with circular economic policy in Amsterdam. So I don't think if I hadn't gotten that opportunity through LAH, I doubt that I would have become a Marshall Scholar.
Are you involved in any other extracurricular activities that also gauge your interests?
Yeah, I would say the majority of my extracurricular interests at UT have to do with sustainability and environmentalism. So when I first got to UT, I joined the Campus Environmental Center, which is our largest sustainability student org. And over the years, I worked with them as a volunteer writer. I was an education and outreach coordinator for them, so I planned different webinars and socials, and then eventually I was the director of the organization. So I was in charge of, overseeing our team of, I think, 7 to 12 staff members, planning our campus-wide educational events, our volunteer opportunities on and off campus. That would probably be the most influential extracurricular activity I did. While here, I also worked on the Green Fund, which is our student sustainability grant program, and it's funded by student tuition, and students get to decide which projects on campus get funding, and it's almost about $500,000 of funding we receive every year, so there's some pretty awesome projects that get funded because of that. And then something I'm doing this semester is I'm working with the Office of Sustainability on a greenhouse gas emissions reduction strategy program for the different colleges at UT. So each student is paired with a college and does greenhouse gas calculations for them, and then develops strategy recommendations for how they can lower those emissions.
That's amazing. How were you initially introduced to all of those programs and
the Campus Environmental Center, I looked on HornsLink before I even got to UT, and I was already interested in environmentalism. And I went to one of their meetings, and kind of everything else that I've done related to sustainability has been because I went to that first meeting and got involved. And it's actually why I declared sustainability studies in the first place. I came here just as an English major and then had somewhat of an interest in sustainability, but because I got to get involved with those student organizations, I realized it was something that was a bigger priority for me.
And how did you hear about the Marshall Scholarship, and what was your motivation to apply?
Yeah, so the way I heard about it was I was lucky enough to get a merit-based scholarship through LAH my sophomore year. It's called the Temple Scholarship. And because I got that scholarship, I got introduced to the post-grad scholarship office. I'm not going to remember. Do you know what office I'm talking about? The post-grad office of distinguished scholarships, which helps you apply to some of these larger scaled graduate fellowships and scholarship programs. And anyone can meet with them and learn about the different opportunities to extend your studies after you graduate from UT.
Right.
And because of them, I started applying to some of the ones you can apply to in your junior year, such as the Truman and the Beinecke. And those were really helpful in developing my writing and interview and also ability to state my interest in academia skills. And then that's how I heard about the Marshall and the Rhodes and decided to apply my senior year.
And what do you hope to accomplish in your time at Cardiff University and the London School of Economics?
Yeah, so something that I think I haven't gotten the deepest experience with at UT through the Sustainability Studies program is like a really in-depth understanding of sustainability policy. I've taken a few classes, and I've been lucky enough to be part of the Brumley Scholars Program here, which introduces you to more in-depth policy analysis skills, and you get to go to Washington, D.C.
Wow.
But I do think our program here, like, you don't get that super in-depth sustainability policy you need. And that's what I'll be getting at Cardiff through their sustainability and social planning degree. And then I also hope to just get a different world perspective on how different countries and cultures approach sustainability.
Right.
Specifically, Wales is a little bit further along in developing circular economic policy than we are, which is why I was very much drawn to Wales. So hoping to further my research on circular economic policy there, and also just have fun, meet new people. I'm excited.
It's an amazing experience. I'm really excited for you. And going off that question, like, where do you see yourself in the next 5 years, if you had to?
Yeah, I'm not sure. So after I do the Cardiff degree, I plan to go to London and do an environmental economics degree. I'm interested in how our current economic structures basically limit sustainability policy progress, and how we can restructure our economy to prioritize the protection of the environment and individuals and what they need to survive. I'm doing a environmental economics and climate change degree at the London School of Economics, hopefully. So once I've gotten kind of the sustainability policy experience and then the environmental economics experience, I'm hoping to work for some type of think tank or policy group, maybe even the government, maybe in the UK, maybe in the US, working on furthering circular economic policy and also just economic reform generally to prioritize the environment.
Lastly, any advice that you have for current or incoming LAH freshmen or just any LAHers?
Yeah, I guess my main advice would be to really seek out the opportunities LAH has to offer. Almost every single thing, besides kind of the sustainability experiences I've had on UT, which have been outside LAH, all of the opportunities I've gotten have been because of my involvement with LAH. You know, look out for scholarship opportunities. Don't be afraid to apply to them. Like, you can win them if you work for them. Don't be afraid ever to come to Linda or Stacy with questions about any of those opportunities.